feel like we're falling away. Maybe I just need to feel nothing to make it easier to turn away and leave. Maybe we're fan and flame, so why do I keep holding out my hand to get burned? I don't wanna clash anymore. I can hear the ghosts in the walls. It's telling me to run away, away, yeah. I don't wanna crash anymore. I can hear the ghosts in the walls. It's telling me to run away.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for the feedback I got on the previous video with Keenan's Golf 7. Today we're busy with a new feature, and sitting next to me is Sheldon, and we're sitting in his Subaru WRX ST. Is it a ST?
WRX Impreza.
Okay, not the ST.
No, it's a normal WRX.
Okay, what model is it?
2007.
2007.
Yep.
I think they call it the Hawk Eye.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. And yeah, we're just gonna jump straight into it. Before we start with this car, Shell, I first want to say thank you for bringing out your car. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support and you being willing to actually feature your car on the channel.
Anytime.
It's an honor. It really is. People like this help me to grow my channel, and yeah, without you guys there is no Mr. Nobody. You understand? So yeah. Before we get into this car, the cars you had before this, take us through your list. What have you owned before this?
You want the oldest?
Yeah, the oldest. You don't have to go into like modifications and stuff, but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, my first car owned was a Golf 2 Jumbo GTI with a 2-liter ABF motor.
Okay.
Second one was a 1998 Subaru Impreza, not the WRX, it was a GC8.
Okay. I think that's naturally aspirated, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
And shortly after that, I had a Mazda RX-8 with a 13B Renesis.
Yeah.
Well, after that, actually, I had a a Honda CBR 1000 as well.
It's a bike.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was just we called it a crotch rocket,
Okay.
just to play around with.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 6 months after I had the bike, I was in a severe car accident, so I couldn't ride anymore.
Oh.
And yeah, shortly after that, I had a Colt Rodeo with a 3UZ Lexus V8 in it, and Audi A4 2-liter TDI, software the works. Got about almost 300 kilowatts out of it just by doing software.
Yeah.
What was the other one? After the Audi, it was a Ford XR3 Escort.
Yes, yeah, I see.
Two-door,
Yeah.
another one. Also drop suspension, everything, but that car was not pleasant to ride.
Is it that one that had the 17-inch yellow?
Yeah.
rims? I mean, not yellow, but
That was bronze.
bronze.
Yeah, BBS bronze on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and what did I have after that? Oh, then obviously my Toyota Hilux 2.8 GD6, which I sold to get this one. Okay,
Some
well,
people are gonna,
I've got
some
a
people are
Subaru
gonna
thing.
bash you for that one.
Look, Toyotas are lekker, but at the moment everyone knows it's a high-risk vehicle to drive with at the moment. So I made amends and I got back in the Scooby game, and I've been happy ever since.
Tell me, you've always been a Scooby fan?
Always, it's in my blood.
Okay. And where did you find this one?
I actually got it from a guy in PE. Yeah, he said he did a few things to it, but I wasn't happy with the tuning, so I got it done by a friend of mine in Johannesburg, RBTS Tuning. He's in Kempton Park, and I must say the tuning wise that this guy did, it's spectacular, no issues. Power's always there.
So shout
no
out to him.
complaints.
Yeah, guys, for those of you who don't know, the Subarus, they don't really have a normal engine. The configuration is not like a normal engine, whereas this boxer motor, the pistons go in and out basically. It's a boxer.
Yeah.
It's in the name. They punch each other
Yeah.
basically. And I think that is why it's got that distinct sound.
Yes, that's correct,
Scooby, known for two things: rally and that sound.
Yeah, no,
But yeah,
that's for sure.
Tell us, I see that the interior is quite stock. I know these cars come with the Recaro seats. Standard,
no,
I think?
no, this is still stock.
Okay.
But I am in the line of actually going full Recaro cosmetics.
Okay.
So
For
these-
the interior.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the door panels, everything's still gonna stay standard. But the front seats are gonna change to Recaro because I want the full Formula One safety harness,
Oh, that.
and also I'm gonna get a roll cage also done here.
Okay.
I've got a guy that's busy designing it for me because I actually want it to be hidden behind all the doorpost covers, so it won't be like a 100% circular tubing. It will actually be more or less like a square or hexagonal. It just depends on how we can get it fitted behind the covers.
Also to keep it that street car
Yeah,
race type of
going
look.
for a sleeper type of story.
Yeah, but no Subaru asleep. No Scoobies.
Yeah, no.
But so far the interior is basically stock.
Yeah.
And it still looks good.
Yeah, it's still good.
Still looks really good. And then we go to the exterior. Did you buy the car like this, or did you make like some changes to the way the car looks?
Okay, well, the most of the stuff that I already bought with the car, but paintwork, branding, and all that's been done additionally.
Okay.
But yeah, as I've mentioned before, these exterior parts, they're not easily, how can I say, easy to come by. Most of the stock, it's either imported from Japan or the UK. It is quite expensive if you look at it by importing costs and all that, but it makes it worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you're a car guy, you want a specific car, you've got to deal with the difficulties that come with it.
No, 100%.
You know, Scooby, it's not every day that you see a WRX, so you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in this
London.
area.
Maybe Cape Town and Joburg and places like that.
In
you'll
Joburg
find-
you get plenty, but
Yeah.
coastal regions not that much.
I see. Now we come to the motor. The internet will probably bash me for this. But there are stories going around that these things are unreliable if you start fiddling with it.
Well, look, okay, it depends what you're trying to do to these engines, how much power you're trying to gain out of it, and who gets it done for you. Because there is some cases where if you're trying to do cams on these cars or doing knife-edged crankshafts on them, you can do it, but you need the right person that understands these motors, how to actually get it done.
Because this crank is different.
Yeah, no, it's different. The cranks are very shorter. Your rods are very more closely compacted to each other, and
Massive
also,
pistons.
yeah, these it's the engine internals, they still stock. I'm running at the moment piston diameter, you're looking at 99.5 for each cylinder.
That is massive.
Yeah.
That's crazy big.
So compression ratios, it has to be included with the engineering. If your compression ratio is not up to what you're looking for, then you're going to start blowing gaskets. You're going to run through rods through your blocks. So you need someone that understands it 100%. Otherwise, you're going to have problems.
So the boxer motor and I think the rotary motor, you need to know what you're doing.
Rotary motors, not really, because look, a rotary motor, they're actually very simple to modify if you want to turbocharge them or supercharge them, even if you want to, because The reason why is they don't use pistons, obviously, they use rotors.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about compression ratios. You don't have to change your rotors to a specific model or get them engineered specifically. You can do a straight bolt-on onto a rotary motor and you're sorted.
Well, that's nice to know.
The only thing about rotaries is they're like popping apex seals.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
So
And
that's the
apex
only
seals
thing
is
that you
looking
need to
about
take
10
care of.
grand.
That is some sad stuff.
Yeah.
Oh well. So take us through your motor. You say that the rods and the pistons and all those things are stock. What have you made changes around the motor to make it?
Okay, look, the internals, if you're looking like crankwise, camshafts, your actual pistons itself, yeah, they're still stock. Only thing that I did do was software on it, as I've mentioned previously. Software, bigger turbo. I used to run a 28G turbo on here. I'm running a 28G at the moment. I've got two different boost presets that I'm using, depending where I'm driving and how I'm driving.
Okay.
I've got Porsche 911 injectors in here. So
Also
I need
boxer motors, so it can work.
yeah. So you need to have your efficient injector pulses, otherwise you're not gonna either run rich or you're gonna run too lean and you're gonna start burning valves.
And fuel pump stock?
Stock fuel pump, yeah.
Okay. So this motor is basically stock.
Yeah.
The motor itself.
Yeah, sort of.
And the turbo is different.
Yeah.
I always thought that the guys put like actual management systems, but you say you done. So it's a stock ECU, but just.
I used to run a Dustec unit chip on here. It does provide maybe extra 15 to 20 watt, about 20 odd kilowatts extra on the initial power, but it does interfere with the original ECU. So I would not recommend doing aftermarket setups on an original computer box, especially on these cars.
Oh.
But what you can look at is actually, if you want, like, say for instance, 700, 800 or odd brake horsepower, you can do power mods on it, like a piggyback system. But yet again, you need someone that knows how to tune these cars. Otherwise, yet again, you're going to sit with problems.
Tuning is another conversation because
Yeah.
people.
Preferably for me, I prefer the Oaks that's doing these cars in Johannesburg. They've got a lot of experience on them, and they don't actually get any comebacks as far as I'm aware of.
And with guys in Joburg, if your car makes power there, you know that your car's making power.
Yeah, the hundreds.
Because the air is so thick there.
And also, well, these cars, if they're tuned right, they can stick with 2 JZs, no problem.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
I can believe that. Also, one of my favorites is definitely Subaru. Like I told you off camera, like my dad actually wanted to buy, and my brother also wanted to buy one. So yeah, I've always been a fan of Scoobies. So yeah, coming to the suspension, I saw something nice there. What have you done?
I've got ABC Racing coilovers on here. I actually requested A1 spring center to basically just reinforce the coilers a bit. The hard initially was hard, as you can expect from normal coilovers. But despite riding hard, if you like on a normal freeway or even you're driving speed, you got a slightly bumpy road, you don't really feel it. It just depends obviously on your presets, on your shock absorption on top of your shock punch. You can adjust it.
Yeah, soft or hard.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last question: what is this car? Is this a street car or is it just?
Well, actually, it's a bit of both. It's street car and it's something to play with. I don't actually use it as a daily.
Oh, I thought this was your daily.
No, I just like driving with it most of the time.
But
during the week when I'm working, it stays in the garage. I don't advertise it actually that much. Because people this side actually have itchy fingers. So yeah, I have had issues before where I had a drag race with a guy a few months ago. My car was parked at a shopping center and my car had no brakes. So what happened is they cut my brake lights.
Like Born to Race, have you seen that movie? Also with a Scooby.
Oh, luckily with these cars, the handbrakes are not hydraulic, so you got your normal handbrakes that you've got with your discs, and then your actual physical brakes works hydraulic with your calipers. So luckily I could have still used the handbrakes.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Okay, guys, I am at the racetrack. I am in the pits. I don't want you to think that I'm doing this because I'm breaking the rules. We actually got permission to do a video here in the pits because I am Mr. Nobody at the end of the day, you know, because I'm the big dog. I'm joking, guys. Speaking of the racetrack, if you are watching this video and you live in East London, 15th of June we're going to have a top end run on the racetrack. So please, guys, save the date, okay? Keep your Saturday open. 15th, I think, is it a Saturday?
I think it's a Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Whichever day it is. 15th of June, okay? That's 2 weeks from now, I think. There's going to be a top end run. You're going to see GTRs, you're going to see Porsches, you know, many other cars. So please, guys, keep that day open. It's going to be a fun day. And it's
that is a Sunday.
A Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. And we haven't had a top end run in years. So please, guys, don't forget to keep that date open. Anyway, also another thing I want to mention. The whole East London at the moment, there are traffic officers all over the show. So we can't really do many pools, but I'm going to try and get a few pools in at a different location. So yeah, guys, please, once again, I do thank you all for your support and for showing me some love. I really do appreciate it. Remember, I do this because I love it. You guys, the guys who know me know that I'm into cars, so I'm going to do this, you know. And I think I can say that I'm not the only one, but one of a few that's actually doing this here in East London. So I'm trying to grow the channel, and I cannot do this without you guys. So yeah, Sheldon, thank you so much for bringing out your car.
No problem.
I really do appreciate it. You've got a beautiful car.
Thank you.
And you must look after it.
No, for sure.
I
As mentioned, I've got a lot of plans for it. I'm not done yet.
Yeah. What are the future plans, by the way, before we end off?
Well, I haven't showed you yet, but I'll probably show you later on off camera. I don't want to reveal all my secrets as yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
We can always do a follow-up feature.
Yeah, 100. I want to. My aim is to get it done by the end of the year. So there's a few body tweaks I'm going to do, suspension tweaks as well. I'm going to upgrade the rear and front suspension. Shocks basically going to stay the same. And then I'm looking at a full forged EJ25. So it's looking at about between 870 to 920 brake horsepower on it.
But I suppose with a setup like that, you're not gonna run pump fuel.
Well, I can shift between ratios. I can do a 50-50 mix, or I can run full nitro with it.
I've got nothing to lose. I mean, it's not your daily.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. And always remember, the humble don't stumble. See you guys soon. What a sound. Okay, he told me earlier on that his gearbox is whining. Guys, just because you're on the channel, I don't want you guys to like really push your cars if you know that there's some risk involved, you know. We also want to be safe. Jeez, that backfires. Can you guys hear that? Wow. It's quite a beautiful car. What a beauty. sounds nice. Very strong. Quite strong, I tell you. Very nice car. Overall, good package.